Raise your hand if hair is important to you.
Of course.
Alvin?
If someone were to ask me this question, I would raise my hand too, because hair is very important to me. But guess what? I still remember the year was 2015, August. This was me at that time when I was 35 years old. I had long, thick hair. After a stressed out period, I was shocked to see 2 small bald patches at the front, and it got worse. To the extent that it became visible, and a colleague commented, "C.A.R.E, are you stressed? You are losing hair." Her words prompted me to see a doctor. The doctor diagnosed it as alopecia areata. I was like, what's that? Sounds so sophisticated, but it's far from it. Has anyone heard of this condition? It's an autoimmune condition where the body attacks its own cells, and in this case, the hair follicles, which usually results in patchy hair loss, but my condition was so much serious and rare that the amount of hair that I lost every day was very scary and uncomfortable. Hair would just fall out on its own. You see, this was my room. The floor would be full of hair. Wow, yeah. The chair that I sat on after some time, it would be covered with hair. Not to mention the bunch of hair that would come off when I combed or washed my hair. Can you imagine how you would look like after 4 months if every day you lose so much hair? I hear jialat. This was me after 4 months. How would you feel if you were me? Devastated, yes. In fact, my condition was so much rare and serious than others that I lost hair from all hair-bearing parts of the body. Can you imagine what that means? Exactly, unbelievable. I lost my eyebrows and eyelashes too. At my lowest point, I recalled a close female friend's comment. She said, "C.A.R.E, you are a perfectionist. If one day you turn ugly, you would kill yourself." I remember her words very clearly because it was very harsh and pierced my heart. And to make things worse, at that time I was seeing someone. I asked him to accompany me for the acupuncture treatment because I was very scared of needles and blood. The doctor would put 30 over needles on my head and punch holes to release blood. I seldom made requests of him, but he didn't go with me. He left me alone when I needed him. He walked out on me. Very cruel of him. It was a double blow for me. Already I was crying over my hair loss, and now a broken heart. It was really very painful and I was at the rock bottom. How would you feel if you were me? What would you do? Thanks to him, I learned that you cannot rely on anyone except yourself. I told myself, if people don't care about you, you have to care for yourself. C.A.R.E, you have to help yourself. Stop crying and pull yourself up. Which is what I did. So I faced up to the reality that it was pointless to hold on to the little hair that was left and made a painful decision to shave my head and began adapting to a new life of wearing a wig. First thing first, I choose to stay positive because I believe things happen for a reason. I acknowledged my emotions that I was feeling depressed, worried, and scared. I let my emotions sit with me. I reframed my mind to focus on the positives. And yes, there are positives. The fact that I didn't die in itself is a positive thing, isn't it? And every day, I tell myself positive things. That C.A.R.E, it's okay, it's only hair. You look fine. Just be happy, just be happy. I know, you may be wondering, is my hair real or not? What do y'all think?
Real.
Real. Well, it looks natural.
It's a wig.
Well, this is a wig. I had a few weeks at that time, and this was the last wig that I wore. But this is real hair. Grow in the Honda Choice Corporate. Thank you. Naturally, thankfully, I'm a positive person, but all along, I know positivity as something theoretical. Until this alopecia areata experience, it pushed me to put into practice all that I know. And the best thing is, it worked, not the treatments. In fact, the acupuncture or the steroid injections, I tried many types of treatment. They didn't work because my condition was too serious. So I stopped the treatments. What worked was all the positive things that I have shared with you just now, which is why I have so much conviction to share about positivity. Through this experience, I learned that anything you desire can grow in a fertile soil of positivity. For me, it was hair. For you, it could be health, wealth, relationship, career. Whatever it is, anything you desire can grow in a fertile soil of positivity. How do you do that? In this speech, I will share with you the C.A.R.E framework that I have developed based on my alopecia journey, which is backed by science. This framework has consistently helped me to overcome numerous setbacks, including 2 restructurings, job loss, unemployment period that lasted 10 months. Each time, I came out stronger and wiser with this framework, which I will share with you. And I can't think of a better time to be positive than now, because we are living in challenging times today. Just turn on the news this week, and this is what you see. Attacks between Russia and Ukraine continues. Violence in Myanmar continues. Tension between China and Taiwan continues. Men arrested for stealing valuables were 6.25 million. And that is the reason why we are facing all these issues now. World Health Organization reported that 1 in every 8 people around the world live with a mental disorder, with the most common being anxiety and depression. Last year, Harvard Medical School, they did a study. They surveyed more than 150,000 people face-to-face across 29 nations. And this is what they found. Half of the world's population will experience a mental health disorder, which means 1 out of every 2 people in the world will develop a mental health disorder in their lifetime. Which means, if you and I look at each other, it potentially means either you or me could develop a mental health disorder. Is it shocking? And that is the reason why it's so important to take care of ourselves, because the chances of getting a mental disorder is so high if we don't take care of ourselves. Last year, it was reported that the suicide rate in Singapore in 2022 was the highest in more than 20 years. Last year, Cigna Healthcare did a study. They found that Singaporeans are more stressed than the global average. Almost 9 in 10 Singaporeans are feeling stressed. And the study also found that only 1 out of 10 Singaporeans are feeling alive, which is defined as a high vitality feeling alive. Only 1 out of 10 Singaporeans are feeling alive. Is it sad? So you hope to be that 1 person out of the 10, right, to be feeling alive. And these are Singapore's top stressors. People are feeling stressed about the rising cost of living, and it doesn't help that inflation is rising. People are feeling stressed about the uncertainty about the future, and it doesn't help that we are facing economic recession. And it doesn't help that we are facing so many sources of stress in different aspects of our life. Work stress, family stress, social stress, physical stress, financial stress. How do you feel now? Very stressed. And that is why it's so important to be positive in challenging times like this. And that is why it's so important to build resilience so that we can thrive in challenging times. Not just survive, but to thrive. Which is why I'm here today. I have a goal. My goal is to help you reduce 1 source of stress by the end of my speech. Would you like that?
Sure.
Yay! Great! So for a start, let's have a chat. I'd like you to discuss with your partner, maybe the person sitting next to you, what's one thing currently causing you stress at work?
Okay, my stress at work is overwhelming workload. My boss is here.
Okay, thank you. Well, these are really the common stresses at work. workplace, right? Let's see how we can address these stresses, right? Bring down the stress level, right? Using my C.A.R.E framework. Choose to be positive. You must want to be positive. Because we know that anything you desire grows in a fertile soil of positivity, not negativity. But do you know that our brains have been wired to focus on the negative? You know that? It's true, right? It's in our DNA. Naturally, you will think negative. It's because our brains have evolved this way as a survival mechanism. Back in primitive days, men had to constantly look out for potential threats and dangers, so to increase their chances of survival. Our brains can be rewired for positivity. When we say we want to have our brains focusing on the positive, it does not mean that we are ignoring negative experiences. It just means that we want to have a more balanced perspective so that we can navigate challenges more effectively. Okay. And our brains can be rewired because our brain is like a muscle. Just like your physical muscles, you can exercise to develop them. Similarly, our brains can also be developed through mindset training. So let's look at why mindset is important. Your mindset is very powerful. It governs everything because everything starts off from your mindset. Your mindset will influence your behaviors, your actions, and therefore the results you get. I learned this the hard way. So remember my condition? It was because I was feeling negative about the things that were happening to me at that time. And I was negative that I didn't get what I desire. And because of all this negativity, I was unhappy. I became depressed. Yeah, I was unhappy. And because of that, it reflected in the way I lived my life for a prolonged period of 7 months, which culminated in the alopecia condition. And that's why I learned that it's so important. No matter what happens to you, you must be happy. And to be happy, you must first choose to be positive. What I want you to do is to consciously choose to be positive so that this becomes your way of life. Can we be committed to do that? Oh yes, great, thank you. So what I'd like you to do is, let's make a pledge to be positive. So if I may request all of you to stand up, please. Thank you. Yay. Okay. So what I need you to do is place your hand across your chest, okay, and repeat after me. I chose to be positive when facing this challenge. I chose to be positive when facing this challenge. Thank you. I noticed some of you may not be serious. Can we try again? This time with full conviction, say it with full intent. Can we say it together? I choose to be positive when facing this challenge. Thank you. Thank you. You deserve a round of applause. Thank you. You can sit down now. Well done. Eh? Is that enough?
I thought it was part of the training license.
That was a test. The alarm is like your emotions. It serves as an alert signal. Emotions are alert signals. Just now when the alarm went off, some of you pretended nothing happened, some of you ignore it. How many of you found that it's irritating, you want to find out what's wrong and put a stop to it? Anyone? Yay, very good, thank you. Emotions are messages. Emotions is your body's way of communicating to you that something is off. Go and do something about it. Yet, often, we tend to drown our emotions. We try to forget our emotions by unhealthy coping mechanism. And that is why I learned that it is so important not to suppress your emotions, because it will only get worse as it builds up. Just like you imagine, if you have a beach ball, you try to suppress it underwater. Is it easy?
It takes a lot of energy and you feel very tired trying to do that because you're acting against nature. So instead of suppressing your emotions, what you should do is to acknowledge your emotions. It's okay to feel not okay. We are all human beings. There will be times when you feel lousy, defeated, down, just depressed and sad. It's okay. Acknowledge those emotions, process it so that you can move forward. So this time round, when the alopecia hit me this condition, I acknowledged my emotions, that I was feeling depressed, worried, and scared. I let my emotions sit with me. And I label my emotions. I say it out that I am feeling this way. And amazingly, by saying it out how I'm feeling, I felt better and I was able to move forward faster. And this is the effect of what we call emotions labeling. Professor Lieberman from UCLA, he did a study. They showed images of people making different emotional responses. It means if you are driving a car and you see the yellow light, you hit the brakes. Similarly, by labeling your emotions, putting feelings into words, you are like hitting the brakes of your emotional responses. It's like your emotions has done its job when you acknowledge it. It has sent the information it needs to let you know, and then it goes away. Therefore, you feel less stressed, less depressed, or whatever you are feeling, and you can think more clearly, and you can move forward faster, and you can come up with solutions better. Okay, so try it out yourself. This is called effect of labeling your emotions. So what I'd like you to do now is to try it. Again, share with your partner what emotions are you feeling due to the challenge that you are facing. And okay, better, thank you. Better, right? You feel better. Okay, good. Now, let's move on. R. R stands for reframe your mind to focus on the positive. And I will become a motivational speaker to inspire people about building resilience, which is why this is where I am today, answering my calling. Through this experience, I learned that every challenge hides a gift or a blessing. Can you look beyond the surface and uncover the hidden gem? Can you turn challenge into strength? Let's take another example. Overwhelming workload is a very common challenge and stressor that's stressing us. If you take it negatively, how will that look like? Anyone? Maybe someone will tell me complain. Does complaining help? No, yes. Or you might feel that, ayo, impossible to manage. I'm drunk, really, it cannot be. There's no way that it can be done. Or you may even think that if my boss doesn't like me, maybe the boss purposely give me more work so as to punish me. Then, if you remember, your mindset influences your behaviors and the results you get. If you think it negatively this way, you will then try to avoid the task. No motivation to do. You avoid it, you lead to procrastination, and therefore you have backlog of work, increasing your stress level. It doesn't help. But if you take it positively, how would that look like if you take overwhelming workload positively as a challenge? Anyone? How do you see this positively? Yes.
Continue my journey.
Yes, every day you can continue. Yes, press on. Every day you can continue your journey. Yes, thank you. Anyone else? How would you take this positively? Well, it's a chance for you to showcase your skills. Right? So many skills that you can showcase. Can you prioritize better? Can you work on your time management? The way you change your perspective helps you to approach challenges more effectively. So now let's practice. Based on the challenge that you are facing just now, can you discuss with your partner once again what are the positive aspects of the challenge that you are facing in the country, right? So it broadens out your perspective and learning as well. So thank you. So everything, you can see it negatively or positively, but seeing it negatively, does it help you? No. Changing your perspective to the positive side helps you to approach challenges more effectively, which is what we want to do. So now, how many of you feel that your stress level has gone down now? Yay, thank you. Very good. Now let's see how we can further bring down your stress level through the last element. E stands for embrace positive self-talk. Do you talk to yourself? Yes, very good. I do. I talk to myself as well. Positive self-talk is very important. It affects your well-being, your mental health, your well-being. But some people, instead of saying positive things to themselves, they say negative things. They say things like, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, I always mess things up, I can't do it, I give up. Eroding their self-confidence and self-esteem, affecting their health and well-being. What you tell yourself becomes your reality. If you tell yourself positive things that you can do it, you will do it. But if you tell yourself negative things, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You will not be able to do it if you think negatively.
The path to success isn't without falls. In life, we stumble, we fall, and sometimes the odds seems to be against us. But remember this, no matter how many times life knocks you down, you have the power to rise above. Each fall is an opportunity for you to rise and become stronger. The key lies in taking care of yourself. Take care to master your mindset. In doing so, anything you desire can grow in a fertile soil of positivity. As we close the session, I'd like to sing for you a song. This song, What a Wonderful World, has been my inspiration. May positivity be your guiding light in creating your own wonderful world. Please sing along with me if you know this song. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow so pretty in the sky, and also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you.